No, he actually didn't say that, and I didn't ask that, so I'm sure he probably has.
More hex for me and you, brother. More hex for me and you.
But he did get the whole Trezor Vault Wallet setup pitch, so hopefully at least assets will go there, and then, you know, stakes will be done from there the right way, so we'll see. Not my problem.
All right, guys. What order do you want to go in?
I don't care. It doesn't
All right.
matter to me.
Trap, you're last. Kef, you're first. Morton, you're second. Hex is the way. You're third. Whenever, let's try to get like a 3-minute minimum. Whatever's off the top of your head. And whenever you're done, make it clear to the next guy. Start when you, Kev.
Well, I guess when let me know when you want to tick the clicker.
Oh, the ticker
ticker
is already clicked.
The ticker has started. God damn, I love tickers. 3 letters, hex. Very simple. Hex.com for yourself. There's other ticker symbols out there. It's a waste of a fucking time. You know, I've got conviction. I've done the research. I've had the conversations. I've watched the videos. I've had hours and hours and hours of time, effort, energy, you know, invested into this. Not only the financial aspect. Let's just take the financial aspect and put that aside, and buying the bottom of a bear market for 8 months, aping like a fucking lunatic at the bottom of hex, like a smart person would do. Let's put that aside, and let's go with the fact that, you know, when you have something that has product market fit and you have a macro environment that's mega wrecked, you have something special. And I try to live my life every day. You know, I try to chill. I try to speak the truth. And I'm barricaded against this matrix from others, and you know, it's something that's exciting and it's fun, but at the same time you run into, you know, resistance from the masses and people that just don't understand. And so it's this delicate balance of excitement and matrix barrier rebounding that you have to do as a Hexican right now. And for me personally, that's why I love, you know, the 3-letter ticker symbol hex. It's 3 letters. It's simple. It does it for me. I have conviction. But I can't say that for everyone else. And so you always got to be careful. And there's a whole thing and OPSEC that goes into that. But overall, we're in this for number go up and mad gains. And you know what? God damn it, we just found a way to do it where it's completely decentralized and we are in control of the entire situation ourselves on our own. It's brilliant. It's exciting. It's fun. And, you know, it's the right time. It is. And the world's looking for something like this. I'm a bit of a maxi. There are other projects that are cool too. But there's only one 3-letter ticker that does it for me. It's hex.com for yourself. That's all I got to say for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Highway.
Actually, you're passing it to Morton.
Or
Go for
passing
it.
it to Morton.
Thanks, man. Hey, guys. This is exciting. I might come in to this from a little bit of a different angle. I don't know as much as you guys probably on the tech side with Hex, but I am definitely convinced, and I bought the top, so I'm actually down. One of the few. But I want to talk about. I'm here in Zanzibar, actually, looking at the sunrise right now. It's beautiful. So I'm building a eco village here, based on the notion that I think an even playing field is the way to go, like decentralized, I guess, power system. And so I want to put Africa on the agenda. So we have been blessed to learn about Hex. We know about Hex this early. That means that we actually have been given a gift. Yes, you might have like done your research and found it yourself, but if you look at from a bigger perspective, we didn't make it. We didn't make the internet. We didn't like somehow it came into our lives, and we should be grateful for that. And not only just grateful, but also we should respect that. And sorry if there's a lot of wind here. So
You
we
were
should
good.
respect. Okay, good. So we should respect that, and it's actually a little humbling me a little bit. So because there's a part of me inside that I know that I will become filthy rich, and there's something to that comes with the responsibility. And that's why I want to put Africa on the agenda. I'm actually getting goosebumps saying this because it's very dear to my heart and important to me. Africa has been exploited financially for centuries, beginning with the slave trade. Just being weakened by the extraction of resources, but also still in the modern times. African nations have been struggling to develop their economies, because the global financial system has favored not just developing countries, but as you know, the very, very few. So this whole cryptocurrencies and decentralization and evening the playing field of the power structure is kind of what's happening in the world, hopefully. And it looks like, we have hope. We have Richard, and we have the Hex community, and even the cryptocurrency community as a whole, although there is, disagreements inside the communities and so on. The general feel of just wanting to even the playing field and a peer-to-peer transaction world, it comes down to us actually, us here having the responsibility for how the future will be shaped. So traditionally, many people operate from an egocentric worldview, which means their own, they're looking for their own needs and desires and prioritize that over others, and this can lead to a sense of separation and disconnection from others, and that's just the general materialistic way of looking at the world. But if we look a little bit deeper, we can see that if you become more aware of the interconnectedness of the world and the impact that our action has on others, you might start shifting your awareness to a more world-centric worldview that involves recognizing that we're all a part of a larger global community. But also, if you go subatomic, you can see that we are essentially part of the same consciousness, or we are kind of a verb of the same. So ultimately, this shift towards a more world-centric or even cosmos-centric worldview um, recognizing that all living beings are interconnected and a part of the same larger cosmic system. This will inspire us to promote the sense of unity and oneness with all creation, and ultimately um, put the best interest of the whole in front of the best interest of the separate self, or rather the illusion of the separate self. So by paying forward and sharing hex with, I'm going to promote Africa here, we can help, promote this shift towards a more cosmocentric worldview by recognizing, the interconnectedness of all people, and promoting well-being for others as part of ourselves. We can work towards building a more just and equitable future, and the world for all. So in conclusion, my little thing here, sharing hex with Africans is not just a matter of financial empowerment, but also of promoting a shift towards a more inclusive and interconnected worldview, and that we actually do have a responsibility to pay this gift that we have been given forward. And I think that's how we can quote unquote save the world. Thanks.
Wow, thanks, Morgan. Yeah, it's the first time I heard you speak. That's very inspirational. Um, One thing you mentioned or touched on was bringing Hex over to Africa, and that's a monumental task. I think that Pulse Chain is going to be the vehicle to allow Hex to grow into places that are economically challenged. And so that's what I'm really excited about too, is Latin America, Africa. A lot of these places would love to have the benefits of cryptocurrency, but Ethereum, I like to say Ethereum's for the whales, right? Like we're getting to the point of Ethereum where the big players can play. People who make $10 a day or $50 a day, Ethereum's really a rough place to live, right? With all the gas fees and high prices, and Ethereum itself, $1,700. So Hex has given us a new chance to basically get in at a lower dollar cost entry level, like 3 cents, 4 cents, 2 cents, a penny and a half. Recently, which has been amazing. If you look at some of the large prices like Bitcoin 25,000 or 60,000, or Ethereum, 1,700, or eventually 4,500. Eventually, these prices are they're almost scary for people in other countries, and it puts it unattainable. So I'm excited that we are in a system and with a founder who understands the idea of unit bias, and that people want a lot of something, and it feels good to have a good chunk of something, right? So you can buy thousands of Hex, you can't buy thousands of Bitcoin, so that type of feeling, he understood that 3 years ago, and that's how he created Hex. And another important thing I would say is that having a founder who isn't interested in dumping or selling a lot of those coins is pretty impressive. Having somebody who could potentially be buying coins versus selling coins. That's it's a different dynamic than what you find in a lot of cryptocurrency. There's developers who create a project and they're not multimillionaires. And so for them, their whole sole goal is to cash out after they get their million or two, and their project, whether it wins or whether it loses, is not as material to them as changing their life. But Richard Hart did not need to change his life, since he sold a large company and was able to change his life through that and was retired. He was able to focus on something that would actually import financial, basically a financial identity that has been misplaced throughout the world, which is a sustainable finance, right? And what we're seeing around the world right now, especially in this news, you could see in this weekend, it was crazy. Bank collapses, depegging of quote unquote stable $1 coins that went down to 88 cents. and there's $40 billion worth in there. It wreaked havoc. Multiple banks went bankrupt. The Federal Reserve, the FDIC started coming in to try to rescue the situation, and basically legacy finance started to corrupt to some extent of some of what people believe is crypto and DeFi, which is like a USDC or DAI coins. And Hex is not connected to those. And so it ran just fine. In fact, a lot of people were willing to place their safety in Hex, and so they offloaded their stable coins into Hex to protect themselves because the Hex value was increasing while the stablecoin value was decreasing. And so we saw a phenomenal rise in the price of Hex, going from about 5.3 cents up to almost touched 9 cents. So basically, we're getting really positive feedback on why you want to be involved in a cryptocurrency that is decentralized, meaning there isn't a company that can change the rules of the game, or a central authority like a bank or a government that could change the rules. And that's very important when you're talking about financial security or building a retirement system, right? You don't want something that all of a sudden has trillions more coins out of nowhere, right? And then, well, how is this sustainable if one guy gets trillions more than he used to have? What were the rules by which those were created? So we have a great system, and we are taking that to the next level around the world. I like what Morton was saying. I'm involved with the Korean community, so for me, I'm always involved every day with speaking with Koreans who are involved with Richard Hart ecosystem products like Hex and Pulse Chain, Pulse X. They're really looking forward to it. For them, living on Ethereum is very expensive, and they feel the pain of even $5 or $3 gas fees. And so they really want a new chance to start in crypto from the ground up, and Hex will be on Pulse Chain. And so I think it's going to really awaken the user base unlike we've ever seen before around the world. And so this week has been a shining light, basically, to showcase what Hex can do in a crisis. And I think we won heavy-handedly. And I'm really excited for what's to come. I think 2023 has been remarkable so far. And that comes from the community, right? Like, we have a strong base of followers of Richard Hart, and we're supporting this work because it's been successful. It's not only has it been successful, but I think a lot of people are financially free to the point where they can give back to the community and build it stronger instead of just selling and leaving, like a lot of communities where the coins are just sitting there, and as soon as it gets to a certain price, the people just sell and leave, right? We're here for the longer term, and you can really see that with X price. And I think ultimate vindication is coming. It may be this year or next year, but you will start to see, and we're starting to see a lot of people talk about it with 1 million followers or 400,000 followers that never really talked about Hex. We're starting to see it right now. So the vindication's coming. Maybe we get that at $1 or $2. You never know exactly where it's going to happen, but getting past your all-time high for the second cycle is usually something almost impossible for crypto. So if Hex does that this next year or two, people are going to be shocked and speechless, right? So I'm really looking forward to that. Thanks for the time and speaking in this space.
So it's my turn now. Put your seatbelts on. Everybody buckle up. Follow Richard Hart at Richard Hart Win. What I want to talk tonight about is beware. Beware. There is a group of Hexicans, or fake ass Hexicans out here, that are here, and they are continuously trying to capitalize off Hex. They are constantly building projects on Hex. They're constantly using us and our engagement, our natural assembled community. They're trying to build off of it. Let me look at my notes real quick. I've been writing shit down. sorry guys, I'm a little pissed off tonight. Like a little pissed off. They use us. They're all connected. This thing, they're all connected. Look at every streamer. Look at all the streamers. That's the thing. I'm about to just throw the notes down and just go off my fucking brain. They look at all the streamers. Look who streams with who's with who they don't allow on, you know? It's very rare for one of us outcasts like myself to be able to get into a stream with someone. They're all connected. They all promote each other. It's fucking bullshit. They're fake as fuck. They're fake as fuck. Look at the Hex conference. Let me go off on the Hex conference. The Pulse Chain conference. You know, the people that put on these things and attend these things, not all of them, but I'd say 99%. Like when Richard talks about the 1%, there's only 1% of us that are real Hexicans. The other 99% are here to fucking fuck us the fuck over and build their bullshit ass coins. Look at the liquidity. Look at the coins. When Hex pumps, all of a sudden you see all these other bullshit coins start pumping. And all you got to do is go and look, and you got a bunch of big ass green candles. Big ass green candles. And they say, oh, the green candles are great. No, it's controlled. Usually when you see a bunch of little green candles, to me, that means that you've got more people getting in the system. One big green candle after another big green candle and another green candle, they're fucking using us. Like, they're literally, they're trying to pump their shit up, and they try to follow, like, oh, this project's great. Hex is pumping, so is our project's pumping too. Like, we're in line with Hex. I don't know how true that is. Some of it could be a little bit true, but most likely it's fucking false. Back to the Hex conference, though. You know, back to the Hex conference, Pulse Chain conference, Pulse Con. I mean, when you name something con, it's in the words. Like con. Think about that. And we already proved that. That's for another day. But literally, people that aren't a part of our community, or they are a part of our community technically, they'll go disappear. They won't do shit for 6 months. But then when it comes time for the Pulse Chain Con or the Hex conference, they put these people on like, oh, they've done so much for the fucking community. No, they don't. They don't. I'm so bad. I'm so mad right now. Y'all have no idea how pissed off I am right now, because I realize that we have fucking the scum of the earth all around us, all inside of Hex. And I hate to break it to you, but I just want everyone, my reason for this, and I know I'm putting myself out there saying this, the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want people to get wrecked by these motherfuckers that shill bullshit coins, bullshit continuously. And then when it fails, they use you for extra liquidity at the beginning. I mean, it's the same thing that happens over and over and over again. They use you for extra liquidity, pump you up, get you in, then they dump the shit. And they made money. So they're like, well, I've made money off of it. And it's while everybody that trails behind doesn't make money. That's why Hex.com, at Richard Hart Win on Twitter, that's why he is literally the king of crypto. He's built something that no one else has. They can't infiltrate Hex. That's why they keep building all these bullshit ass projects on top of Hex that, you know, some will work, some won't. But just follow Richard. Follow what Richard says. Another thing too is if Richard does not follow these individuals, you know, oh, these people that are the promoters, oh, we're promoting Hex, you know, Hex this, Hex that. Richard don't follow them for a fucking reason. There's a reason Richard doesn't follow them. There's a reason Richard unfollowed them. You know, they can go out there and beg, oh, Richard, follow me back, bro. Richard, follow me back, bro. Come on. You know, you're promoted bullshit. You're promoted bullshit. Now you're trying to like, I don't know what you want to call it, like slide your way or squeak your way or weasel your way back into the fucking community. Fuck that shit. We'll always protect the heart. We'll never stop protecting the heart. This group right here, we are Hearts Assassins, and we will always be. Hex.com, free your motherfucking self.